Hello everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and I am back in the Batcave after 3 incredible days at San Diego Comic-Con. I am exhausted. I went hard, I went non-stop. In 3 days, I slept about 10 hours. And so I came home last night, I crashed harder than I've ever crashed before, but it was worth every second. Everybody I saw at San Diego Comic-Con said you can sleep when the event is over, and that is incredibly true. This is going to be kind of a long-winded video, so sit back and relax, guys, because I have a lot to say. This is a hit or miss video of the con, and I'm going to get to all the statues in just a bit. I'm also going to do, I kind of filmed along the way, I did a full travel vlog, so that'll probably come up later this week where, you know, you can kind of see all of my experiences. Let me know if you want me to include the booth tours in that and just make a giant video, or if you just want me to trim the stuff that all the other stuff I saw outside of the collectibles, you know, the statues and stuff like that. Okay, so let me know in the comments. So that's coming. So I'm going to get to the statues. I'm going to get to all the ones I liked, things I didn't like. But first of all, I want to talk about the people. All of the bells and whistles of San Diego Comic-Con was incredible. It was overwhelming. My first 2 hours there, I didn't leave a 500-foot square area. Like, it was, I just stayed kind of in the collectible area. But then once you start branching out and realizing how big and massive and crazy San Diego Comic-Con is, it was just freaking awesome. My first time there, my first time in San Diego, my first time checking out the craziness and the amazingness that is San Diego Comic-Con. It is just, it blows your mind. But for me, number one was the people. Number one was meeting you guys, the fellow collectors, meeting people in the statue collecting industry. That was top for me. I had over 80 of you come up to me and say, Chris, it's so awesome to meet you. I love your videos. You have no idea how good that made me feel. I had people tell me, I don't ever buy something until I watch your videos, or I always want to see your opinion before I buy something. Like, hearing that just from a guy from Kansas, you know, it's just, it means the world to me. That you guys care what I have to say, that you like wanted to meet me of all, you know, it's like it just blows my mind. So thank you guys for that. Thanks to each and every one of you that came up to me. It was, again, just incredible. I have a list. I made this big giant list because I wanted to make sure I didn't leave anybody out. So again, I'm going to get to the statues here in a bit, but I want to talk about the people first, okay? Some of the very first people I met, obviously, at the convention, of course, Chad Colbank from Tweeterhead. Chad hosted me there. He you know, gave me my badge. I had an exhibitor badge, which means I could go in earlier than everybody else, which was incredible to be able to shoot some things and take some photos. But Chad, if you're watching this, you are absolutely incredible, and you know what you mean to me. Just phenomenal in the industry. Just thank you so very much for everything you did for me. I met Dave Igo right there at the Tweeterhead booth. I've wanted to meet Dave for 6 or 7 years. He has always been one of my collecting heroes. Of course, he worked for Sideshow for a very long time. Incredibly talented, and now he works at Tweeterhead. Again, just to be able to spend time with you, David, it was just unbelievable. So I just want to thank you very much. It just was awesome. Brandon Guerrero, another amazing designer, behind-the-scenes guy at Tweeterhead, very, very talented. It was awesome to meet you. It was just, again, thrill of a lifetime to be able to hang out with you and pick your brain, talk to you about collecting. That was incredible. Jeff May. Some of you might know him from Sideshow. He works with Tweeterhead from time to time. He's a comedian. Worked at Cracked years ago. Just very, very awesome. Spent a lot of time talking with him. So again, meeting Jeff May was a thrill. Meeting the Sideshow team. Paul, Amy, Joe, Autumn, Terry, Matt Black, Anna. Being able to hang out with them and meet them. I wish I could have hung out more. But just to be able to meet all of those fine folks again, I'm meeting all of these people for the very first time, and it was just absolutely incredible to see them working in their environment. It was just really cool, because again, these are all like heroes of mine. To be able to see all these amazing people in the industry, it was really, really cool. Got to give a shout out to Todd. you know, from Spec. Absolutely incredible. Finally meeting Todd. That was awesome. You know, again, I cannot thank you enough for what you do for the community. Again, it was just awesome, awesome meeting you. I got to meet other influencers. Of course, George from MCE. I've met George before. We actually rode some rides at Disney. But this is the first time we really got to hang out and talk a lot. And it was just really, really great to talk to George. That was amazing. Incredible channel. I got to meet Jim Mint for the very first time. That was absolutely incredible. You know, he did some videos with me here on the channel from the event. You know, he's a rock star. It was awesome to finally meet you, Jim. Again, we talked at the con. We're like, you know what? We feel like we already have met, but we haven't. And so it felt weird. It felt surreal, but it was just really, really awesome. I got to give a big shout out to Jeff Delaney, a good friend of mine. Of course, Secret Sanctuary on Rogues Gallery Live, but we hung out. He helped me out along the way. He showed me around. Got to eat lunch. Got to hang out with his son. Like, it was just so much fun to be able to hang out with your friends. You know, we have a lot of friends through the camera, through, you know, Facebook and Instagram. But again, this was the best part for me, was being able to hang out with people in real life. Because I told a lot of collectors that this hobby is kind of lonely. Like not everybody gets it. Not everybody gets what we love about this hobby, the art, the amount of money we spend, the amount of space we use up. And so when we actually get to interact with the collectors in hand, like in person, it means a lot more. And it was just very, very special. So again, George, Jim, Jeff D, absolutely incredible. Another YouTuber, he doesn't do it as much anymore, he said, but of course PJ, the Paradox Nerd. He worked the Queen Studios booth. That was absolutely incredible to be able to talk with him. Thank you very much, PJ, for the swag. I am going to do a swag video as well, so that's coming up if you guys want to see what I all bought from the event. PJ is incredible. He worked his butt off at that event, and it was just incredible. Calvin, another amazing, amazing collector, sometimes on YouTube as well, but he's working with Figpen right now. That was really, really awesome to be able to talk with him, meet him for the very first time. So Calvin, it was awesome to meet you. Another major meetup for me was John Pham from Prime One Studio. I have talked with him for 6 years off and on. To be able to finally meet him and have conversations and be able to talk about the insides and outsides of the business, like, that was awesome. Again, as a fan, as a YouTuber, as somebody that loves this hobby, that loves this industry, meeting John was just absolutely incredible. First time I've ever met somebody from Prime One. Again, I was geeking out, and John, just again, thank you for some amazing, amazing conversations. I got to give a shout out to Charles Carrozza from Choice Fine Art. I met him for the very first time. I bought a very expensive Alex Ross painting from him. Gave me a great deal. So, you know, hopefully you guys saw the Choice Fine Art booth tour that we did. Charles is a fantastic guy. So anyway, just want to give a shout out to Charles. I want to give a shout out to Ant Adams, of course, founder of PCS, for doing that incredible booth tour with me. That was awesome to finally meet Ant Adams. Incredibly nice guy. Again, just everybody was so nice. Like, everybody was so amazing to be able to meet and hook up and just talk about collecting, talk about the industry. Again, it was just second to none. It was awesome. A major moment for me was meeting Athena Finger. And if you don't know who she is the granddaughter of Bill Finger. She was instrumental in getting Bill recognized as the co-creator, who I feel is the creator of Batman and some of his rogues. The look, the feel of Gotham, this was all done by Bill Finger. And this, being able to talk and hang out with Athena for a little while was incredible. Of course, she came on the show a couple years ago. I wanted to make it a priority. She made it a priority to meet me. I made it a priority to meet her. Again, Athena, it was absolutely incredible meeting Batman royalty, and you're just such an awesome person anyway. So it was just incredible. So thank you very much for those moments that we got to spend. So those were a lot of the people in the community. I also got to meet and see some incredible things. We went to some panels, which was incredible. Highlights for me was we got to see Jim Stalin. I think I'm saying his wrong name. Anyway, creator of Thanos. Absolutely incredible panel. That was awesome. Jim Lee, of course, we got to see 2 panels with him. Frank Miller, we watched a Frank Miller panel. There was one with, talking about Neil Adams, which was really great. Again, with Frank Miller. I'm trying to think of who else we saw. I saw Jock had a panel. Also, let's see. Got to check my notes. Yeah, Sean Murphy, of course, he was there. To be able to see and talk and listen to them was incredible. Of course, then I got to meet artists. I met Jock. I met Tony Daniel. I met David Finch. I met Scott Snyder for the second time, and J. Scott Campbell. I actually went to a dinner with J. Scott Campbell, which was just incredible. I sat right next to him. We shared tacos, which is, again, insane. That's a whole other story I could tell you guys. Of course, then finally meeting Sean Murphy, that bike back here. Sean was so incredibly cool, so appreciative. You know, we had him on the channel recently, and just a phenomenally nice guy. It was just awesome. He hooked me up with all kinds of swag. Even did a remark for free for me. Just absolutely incredible, which was awesome. At one of those panels I was referring to, the Jim Lee panel, they introduced Paul Dano. There was a fellow collector I was standing in line with, which was just insane. And the best part was, like we were just talking, he's like, I heard this rumor that Paul Dano might be appearing at this Jim Lee panel, because I wasn't planning on going to that panel. So I want to thank that collector. We went to that panel. Jeff Delaney and I, again, Jeff hung out all weekend, and to see Paul Dano walk out, to be able to see an actual Batman villain from the movie that I love, and be able to see him that close. I mean, we were, you know, 15 feet away from him. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. That was definitely, again, a major highlight. Another highlight for me was meeting Aaron from Bat in the Sun. A lot of you guys have seen his superpower beatdowns, which is just absolutely incredible. It was just awesome to talk to him. We talked a little bit about talk shop a little bit, some of the movies he's working on currently. So definitely check out Bat in the Sun if you haven't ever done it. Amazing films. And I think from time to time he is working with Warner Brothers, so that's a good sign. It's exciting for him. So anyway, just from top to bottom, all of that was my favorite part of San Diego Comic-Con. The people. Meeting people, talking, having conversations in real life with people that I've been on Messenger with, or even on camera with, but never in person. To be able to meet all of these amazing people was by far the highlight for me. Biggest hit. Okay? But I know a lot of you are here to see and hear my opinions on statues. Okay, let's kick things off with the Sideshow Collectibles booth. And I just have to say, right off the bat, pun intended as always, it was so surreal to be in that space, to be surrounded by so many amazing collectors, by so many Sideshow people, and just all of this incredible art. It was overwhelming. It was just absolutely incredible to see so much amazing art in one place. My hits: Dark Knight Returns, Daniel Bell, a piece that I was not planning on getting. I don't have a connection to the story. I don't love Frank Miller's art in that particular story. I don't think it would fit in any part of my collection as a grouping. But after seeing it in person, I have to own it. It is that damn impressive. It is just massive. It's way bigger in person than you think it's going to be, especially at that price point. It was lit up. The lighting looks phenomenal. I guess maybe my only miss on the piece is I haven't seen it unlit. So I don't know how well it's going to look, because most people won't have it lit up in their collection. So I'm hoping it looks really awesome. Lit up, it is badass. It is freaking phenomenal. And again, I have to own it. So that was one of my biggest surprises, for sure. Big hit for me. I feel like one of my all-time favorite pieces I've ever seen, again, high praise, is, again, another Daniel Bell piece, the Joker Premium Format. Some of you out there don't love it. Some of you think it's a little bit too demonic, I guess you could say. The body's weirdly posed, but that's what I love it. It is deranged, it is evil, it is sick. It's exactly what I want from the Joker. And I told somebody from Sideshow, I said, I will never sell my OG Joker, but I think I like this one better than that one. That says a lot, right? That says a lot. And he was like, whoa, you're kidding. Like, I mean, he was blown away by the fact that I loved it that much. Because again, the original is high praise, right? I mean, it's a iconic piece. But I love this new one. I'm just blown away by it. Absolutely blown away by it. Okay? Let me go into a miss. The Christopher Reeves Sideshow Superman. When I first saw it in the video, I say it's awesome, it looks great. I didn't really... Doing the filming of this, I didn't have a chance to really look. I was looking through a camera lens. I went back, not filming, many times to see what really the statues look like, what I really thought about them. The Superman looks great, the cut and sew looks great, the pose looks great, but I do feel like they've lost something a little bit with his portrait. It is not as good as it once was promoted. So I think some people are going to cancel that one. I still think if you're a Superman fan, you'll like it, but I do feel like it has been downgraded a little bit in terms of the likeness to Christopher Reeve. I'm curious if you guys agree with me on that. Another major hit for me, major hit, obviously the Punchline and Joker from Prime 1 Studio. I ordered that day one. I ordered the deluxe. It's coming home to the Batcave. Cannot wait. Enough said. It is freaking brilliant. I heard so many people talk about how good it is, how amazing it is, and you're right. Same with Vampirilla. Vampirilla, amazing sculpt. I'm considering and trying to justify constantly to get that in the Batcave, and I have to have her. She's fantastic. One of the best in show, for sure. Absolutely fantastic. And speaking of best in show, the Robert Pattinson Batman. People flocked to that. Incredible piece. I have to own it. I have to own it. It's a big base. It's a little bit museum posy. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal piece. Prime 1's killing it, guys. Prime 1's killing it. It was so cool to be able to see them not glassed up inside the case. That was really nice. All three of those, or all four of those Prime 1 pieces, I think are coming home to the Batcave. They have to. They have to. They're all just so impressive. Vampirilla, I know, is questionable, but they're all really good. Okay? The Harley Quinn, the new Harley Quinn, the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, really good. I don't love the base, but she looks great in person. Her face is a little soft, I'm going to be honest, a little soft, but she looks really good. I heard a lot of casual collectors around me, you know, us hardcore collectors like, oh, we hate it. Casual people in that booth, I heard so many people say they like the base. So again, maybe Sideshow knows exactly what they're doing. Really cool statue. The Catwoman Batman diorama, beautiful piece. It is small, it is not as big, but the problem is they had it right next to the Dark Knight Returns, and it's massive, so, but I do think that it pairs up perfectly with the Joker and Harley Quinn on that canon piece, that diorama. Incredible. Okay? So all of those Batman pieces were really well done. Other than that, Superman, I don't think of a lot of pieces that I feel like are misses. I was really wowed by the the Spider-Man by Daniel Bell. Those trio with Miles Morales, which I thought was the weakest. Spider-Gwen, really good. Very dynamic. I like the Force perspective. I know not everybody does, but I was really wowed by it. I was really wowed by the symbiote Spider-Man, and which I had seen in person before, but not the Venom and the Daniel Bell Carnage. Oh my God, that thing looks phenomenal in person. X-Men pieces. The Psylocke was really good, really awesome. Her position was kind of in a bad spot with the lighting, so it kind of dulled her out a little bit, but I think the sculpt is there. It's really good. I love the Force perspective. I think it probably works the best out of any of the other pieces that they've done. Phenomenal. Dr. Doom I thought looked pretty awesome. I thought the Flag looked a little underwhelming to me, but I thought he looked good. Again, really good sculpts across the board. Oh my God, the Star Wars pieces. Ahsoka Tano, holy, Rosario Dawson, one of the best likenesses Sideshow's ever done, bar none. Phenomenal. Boba Fett looked good. Mandalorian I thought looked really good. I had not seen any of those in person. I was just wowed by all of those pieces. They all looked really good. Pure Arts had some great pieces there. Obviously, again, Prime 1. The entire booth was really awesome. And then, of course, they had the backside with all of the Hot Toys and the 6-scale figures. I don't collect those, so I didn't spend as much time on those, but they all were really well done. It's just really awesome to see all of that stuff, again, in person. Again, I was just very wowed by so much of it. Just by so much of it. But those are the pieces, to me, that stood out the most. Okay? Those are the pieces that stood out the most to me at the Sideshow booth. In terms of, let's move on to PCS. PCS booth. They didn't have a lot there. People were hoping that they would have more, and I think they are going to have more at New York Comic Con when I talked to Ant, again, who's their founder. But the piece that wowed me the most were there were three. The Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 3rd scale. You guys, I'm speechless. Like, these things are incredible looking. They're going to be so cool when you have all 4 of them together. And he said that they're going to do other characters, Splinter and Shredder and probably Casey Jones. Like, and they're going to have all these other characters. I mean, come on. In 3rd scale, Turtles fans, you're in luck. They're really good. I also thought the Wolverine was really, really good. I was blown away by how cool it looked. The Mega Man was cool. I'm not a big giant Mega fan. The Rocky pieces were cool. But Wolverine, to me, those 3, the Wolverine and the Turtles, really stood out to me as a big, big hit. Okay? PCS booth, really nice job. Let's move over to the Tweeterhead booth. One person I forgot to mention, and I don't know how I left him off my list. Guillermo Barbiero. I talked to him probably more than anybody else at the convention. He stood back at the Tweeterhead booth and listened to other people, their feedback, what they liked about the statues. He did the symbiote Spider-Man at the Sideshow booth. He's done a ton of pieces for Tweeterhead, including the new Batman they showed, the new Aquaman they showed. All incredible. And I consider Guillermo a friend now. We hung out a ton. And he's from Argentina. Amazing, amazing person, an amazing sculptor. So at that booth, that experience of just being able to talk with him, to be able to hang out, that was incredible. Same with Dave Igo at the booth. Just to observe what was going on with them. Olivia was also at that booth. I got to meet her. That was incredible to meet her. Incredibly talented. That Frankie piece, that new Frankie piece of hers, she actually sculpted that, guy. She sculpted it. She learned from Dave Igo. Incredible, right? She sculpted that. Just absolutely insane. The Skeletor bust. The Skeletor maquette. Incredible. The entire Masters of the Universe line. That blew me away. That is next level. It looks like it should be in a movie. All of those pieces were insane. The He-Man on Battle Cat. Oh my god. That thing looked incredible. I was a big He-Man fan when I was a kid. Castle Grayskull was my favorite Christmas present I ever received. It's just incredible. Incredible colors, incredible base. The Batman pieces all looked incredible. The Joker, oh my god, Joker at 1/6 scale, insane. I can't even imagine how big the quarter scale, and the reason why the quarter scale is priced the way it is because it's worth every penny in terms of the size of it. It is nuts. I actually saw a picture of it, how big it is. It's going to blow you guys away. But even if you get the 1/6, it's the size of a normal quarter scale. It's going to blow you away. The Harley looked way better in person than in photos. Perfectly matched the Joker. Fun if you really want that jester look. The new Aquaman. Crazy good. Batman. They're going to keep tweaking Batman. They're going to add more detail, more texture. They're going to make the base taller. Again, these were all conversations that I had with Chad, with Guillermo. They want to do fans service. They want to make you guys happy. They want you to be excited about these pieces. So they're going to constantly listen to feedback. So that's awesome. Of course, they had Hal Jordan there. They had the Flash. A lot of people on the back side of the Flash, you know, Flash is a museum pose. They don't see the streaks because the storytelling is that he was running and just came to a stop. Awesome storytelling that isn't told always. So that was really cool. Those are the standouts for me at the Tweeterhead booth. Let's move on over to Queen Studios. Now this was the Toonami booth. Queen Studios didn't actually have a booth. I've heard they're going to have one at New York Comic Con. The booth was incredible. PJ, the Paradox Nerd, who I mentioned earlier, was working his butt off. They had incredible busts there. They had the half-scale Captain America, which, again, massive. Massive. It's not my scale, but the likeness is perfect. The bust, giant hit for me. Giant, giant hit. It was, I think, my favorite of the show in terms of those busts. The Spider-Man bust, I felt like it was good, just okay. It was a little underwhelming to me. But still looked good. It looked better in person, for sure. The likeness was really good. Doctor Strange bust. Holy crap. I cannot believe the amount of people wanting to take photos with these. Because it's, I mean, and just to hear their reactions again was incredible. These were showstoppers. Queen Studios equals showstopper. Bottom line. Worth every penny. And where some of their busts I felt like were underscaled before, these are 100% proper scaled. I can testify that. 100%. Don't worry about scale, guys. Doctor Strange bust was incredible. Loki bust, when I first saw it, I was underwhelmed. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the lighting. The likeness is there, but I was a little bit underwhelmed. I kind of slept on it for a couple days, and then I realized what was wrong. When they were setting it up, they had the hair tucked in his collar. And so I went up to PJ and I said, hey PJ, can we move this hair out and forward so it curled? I took photos of it. It looks way, way better with that. So it came alive. Once that hair came forward, it came alive. So PJ, thank you for letting me you know, mess with your with the bust and help you do that, because I just think it looks so much better after that. So even though it was a little underwhelming at first, I think it's awesome. I think some of the promo images, again, looked a little bit better. But again, the lighting, depending on where the lighting was in this hall, because there was lights and lasers and things all over the place from different screens, and so it really made a difference. It made a difference on how things looked. So I think if you buy that Loki bust, you're going to be incredibly impressed. Again, these things are not cheap, but they're freaking awesome. And everybody around me was wowed by them. Every time I was in that booth, wowed by them. Wowed. Okay? I also got to see at the Top Cow booth, which was really cool to be able to see some of the XM pieces. There were only 2 there. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous pieces. Again, to be able to see XM pieces in hand, blows you away. Blows you away. But this piece, oh my God, just wow. Absolutely wow. It was really cool to talk to them about putting statues together too. That was neat. Again, that was at the Top Cow booth. I toured the Diamond Select booth. That was really neat. I don't know if there was anything in particular that stood out. I really liked the busts. I thought they were really neat. But again, just something for everybody. There's so much value with Diamond Select that, you know, I'm more of a high-end guy, but to be able to see the craftsmanship and the work that you know, Zach and company does at Diamond Select, amazing products. Amazing. Another booth that blew my mind was, of course, Iron Studios. I did not even know they were going to be there. They had a major booth in the corner. They were actually selling statues there, which I thought was cool. There were so many that stood out to me. Obviously, they had life-size Thanos and a life-size Voldemort, which was really, really neat, a Gandalf. So they had these awesome, like, you know, in Disney they call them weenies, things that draw you in. These were 3 weenies that were incredible. But they were insane. But the piece that stood out to me the most was the Jaws. Oh my God, if you guys saw that booth tour, the Jaws was... I had to go back a couple times to look at it because it was so good. So freaking good. Again, just blew my mind. The Superman Lois was really cool. You know, sometimes I see photos of products from certain companies, Iron Studios included, and sometimes I feel like they look plasticky or they look cheap sometimes. But whenever you see them in person, like so many of the 10 scale stuff that I saw in person, incredible. Incredible sculpts. They had their quarter scale Stan Lee there. Incredible. Everything that I saw looked good. Nothing looked cheap. Nothing looked, you know, rushed. Maybe some of the likenesses, yes, were not amazing at times. But again, just being in that booth and seeing that stuff in person was very, very impressive. I got to see the Penguin from Batman Returns. They had that one outside of the glass. That one looked really great. It kind of made me want to buy it right there. I don't want to collect 1/10 because I can't go there. I do want to review those for you though from time to time here on the channel, and I have been talking with Iron Studios a little bit, so hopefully that'll happen. Hopefully I'll be able to do that more often for you guys. But those were the standouts. I'm sure I've probably missed some things, but those were my hits. Again, misses for me, you guys know I'm a positive person. I had so many people at the booth, even in the industry, stop me and say, Chris, we appreciate your positivity, we appreciate your energy. Guillermo Barbiero kept calling me a machine. They're like, how are you still going? How are you? Because I was just nonstop. And I think it was just because I was so excited. I was like a kid in a candy store. You know, I got to hold a 8.0 Batman #1 from 1940 CGC, thanks to Jeff Delaney. I got to hold a Batman #1, guys, in my hand. You know, that book has sold anywhere from 600,000 to 2.2 million. I held that in my hand. those moments kept me going. I'm exhausted now. I am so tired. But it was worth every second of it. It was worth every second of it to bring you guys the experience. I wanted you to feel it. I wanted you to experience what I experienced. And hopefully you guys felt that. Hopefully you felt like you were there with me. And maybe next year you will be. Tweeterhead wants to have me out every year. And so, will this just be the first of many? I hope so. I hope so. Because I would love to be back again. I am going to do New York Comic Con with some of the other Rogues guys. Cannot wait for that. I do wonder if everything will be a downgrade though, because they say that this is the biggest Comic Con in the world. And it certainly felt that way. It was just insane. The artists, the toys, the games, the movie studio booths like Marvel and Nickelodeon, and there was just so much to see. And I probably saw 10% of it. I bet I didn't even see that much. I bet I saw 5% of what I could see. I feel like you could be there for a month and not see everything. Everybody advised me to say, you know, Saturday's the busiest day, so that's when I flew home. I got what I needed. I experienced what I needed. My biggest regret, I guess my biggest miss, is I forgot my camera battery. So this good camera that I'm using right now, I filmed the Sideshow, Tweeterhead, Clean Studio stuff, a little bit of the Iron Studio stuff, and I had one battery. And after that first day, my battery died, so then I had to use my phone. So I apologize if the quality wasn't as good. I feel like the quality's better on this camera. But, oh my gosh. Again, I'm wiped. I am physically and mentally exhausted. I'm getting ready to go on vacation. Going to Florida with my family. So there will be some rest for the wicked. However, that doesn't mean that content's not going to keep coming. I've got an entire lineup of reviews already in the can, ready to go for you guys. So, again, hopefully you've enjoyed this content. Again, there is going to be a full travel vlog. Again, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see the booth stuff included in that. I mean, it'll probably be like an hour long. Or if you'd rather me just show all the other stuff that I haven't shown you yet. Or if you want it to be like one full experience. Okay? So there's a lot that you still haven't seen. There's other close-up videos that you haven't seen yet, guys. So stay tuned to the channel for that. Again, as I reflect, and I hope I'm not boring you guys, but again, this is kind of a reflection for me too. As I reflect on the journey of that trip, I traveled alone, I stayed alone. I've never done that before. And so that was a whole new experience for me. But the best, the greatest part of that entire experience of San Diego Comic-Con was by far the people. You guys that met me, you guys that watch, you guys that I hope to meet in the future, all of the people in the industry that I have come to love and respect, whether they're YouTubers, whether they're, you know, selling art, whether they are working behind the scenes as sculptors, just all of them were so nice, down to earth. They are fans themselves. I think we all respect each other, which was awesome. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for being part of this journey with me. I cannot thank all those people that I got to meet. It was just thrilling. Just thrilling. And so I guess that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Were there misses? No. It was the experience of my life. Absolutely incredible. I just wish I could have been around a little longer to see more. To meet more of you. I know I got messages from some of you saying, I missed you, Chris. I wish I could have met you too. But it was just awesome. Every second. Every second. So again, thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos. I really appreciate it. There were times where it felt like work because I was going so hard, you know, working. So again, I'm going to take a little break, recharge my batteries a little bit, get back to the BSC that you guys know and love. But there ain't no stopping this BSC. There's no stopping. So thank you guys so very much for watching. If you've made it this far into the video, please make sure you're a subscriber if you haven't done so already. Please like the video. And just thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being part of this community and rocking it with the BSC. See you soon next time in the Batcave. Bye, everybody.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.